Hello everyone and welcome to another Maths tutorial video. Now I'll be discussing Form 5 Additional Mathematics, Chapter 10 Linear Programming, Long Question Example 1. Okay, before that, please like this video to show your support and subscribe to the channel for more upcoming mathematics tutorial videos in the future. Okay, let me read the question now. A furniture production company wants to clear its old stocks by having a factory stock clearance sale. There are two types of sofas sold and the table shows are the selling price and the profit obtained for each type. So this is the table, guys. So as you can see here, this is for the PVC type, which you have the selling price of 3,200 and your profit of 1,000. And for the full leather, you have the selling price of 8,000 and the profit of 1,500. Okay. The sale is subjected to the following constraint. There are 80 sets of sofa left in the old stocks. So this for the first constraint. For the second one, the total amount of money collected during the sale must be at least 224,000 ringgit Malaysia. Okay, for the third constraint, the number of sets of PVC sofas sold can excess the number of sets of full leather sofas sold by 10 or more. Okay, let me continue to read the remaining question. The company sells X sets of PVC sofas and Y sets of full leather sofas. Okay. Whenever you read the question, I want you to underline this statement, guys. So this statement is very useful when you want to solve the question. So from here onwards, you're not going to use PVC sofas and full leather sofas. Okay, we're going to use X and Y because we're going to represent X as PVC sofas and Y as a full leather sofas. Okay, so I'm going to underline this statement. Okay, so from here, the question part A, write three inequalities apart from X more than equals to 0 and Y more than equals to 0, which satisfy the above constraint. Okay, which is the above constraint? The three constraint which mentioned by the question, guys. Okay, for the question part B, using a scale of 2 cm is to 10 units on both axes, draw the graphs of the three inequalities. Hence, construct and shade the feasible region R that satisfy the given constraint. So this for the question part B. Okay, let me turn to the next page for reading the remaining question. So please hold on for a moment, guys. For the question part C, based on your graph, answer the following questions. Find the maximum profit that can be obtained from the sale. If 30 sets of the full leather sofas are sold, find the minimum and the maximum number of sets of the PVC sofas sold. Okay, by the end of you reading this question, you'll be like, oh my god, how I'm going to answer this question? The question is so long. Okay, my advice to you, so please don't get intimidated by this long question, guys. So I'm going to show you the step-by-step working, and by end of this video, you will feel that linear programming is actually not difficult, but then it's easy for you to solve. Okay, without further delay, let us start to discuss the solution for the part A. Okay, whenever you want to solve the linear programming, the first and the crucial step which you need to do is you need to identify the constraint, guys. So step 1, identify the constraint and you write them in mathematical form. So this is the most important thing which you need to take note. Okay, so from the question, we have already denoted that your X is actually stands for PVC sofas and Y is represented as the full leather sofas. Okay, so we're going to continue from here. So the first constraint we can get from here is X plus Y more than equals to 80. So how you get this constraint? Okay, please hold on, guys. I'm going to turn to the previous page. The question mentioned that there are 80 sets of sofas left in the old stocks. They just mentioned 80 sets of sofas. The sofas can be PVC or full leather. So from here, what you do, this is the combination of X and Y, guys. So X and Y can be less than equals to 80 set. So this is the first constraint that we are setting here. Okay, back to our working, guys. So this is your first constraint, x plus y less than equals to 80. So this for the first constraint. Moving on to the second one. So the total selling for the sofas must be at least 224,000 ringgit. Must be at least. So please take note at the keywords, guys. Must be at least. So what you do, 3,200x plus with 8,000y more than equals to 224,000. So how I get this 3,200 and 8,000? Okay, remember this selling price, the table over here. So this value I used to form my second constraint, guys. And remember this, the total amount of money collected during the sale must be at least 224,000 ringgit. So the sale can be PVC sofas and the full leather sofas. That's why I combined the constraint of these guys. So 3,200x plus 8,000y is more than equals to 224,000. So please take note at the keyword, guys. So here they mention here at least. So it can be equals to 224,000 and it can even be exceed this value as well. So that's why it's has a more than equal to symbol over here. Okay. So we have already formed our second constraint. But then in order to simplify this, because when we simplify this so that for our later on question, it will be easy for us to plot the graph. So what we do, we divide the whole equation by 5. So from here you get 2x plus 5y more than equals to 140. So this is your second constraint graph. I mean your second constraint value. So for the third constraint, this is your answer, guys. X is more than equals to y plus 10. So usually the third one, you need to be very careful, guys, in reading the constraint value. Okay, the question mentioned that the number of sets of PVC exceeds the number of sets of full leather sofas by 10 or more. So in this case, PVC is X, full leather sofa is Y. So it exceeds by 10 or can even be more. So that's why you have X is more than equals to Y plus 10. So make sure that when you are reading the question, you read the question carefully and then from there, you come up with the constraint value. Okay, the constraint value here is X is more than equals to Y plus 10. But then when you want to plot in the straight line graph, so you cannot plot in terms of X. You need to come up in terms of Y. So how to come up in terms of Y? So it's going to be in this form. So Y is less than equals to X minus 10. So we flip the inequality sign over here. Okay, if you don't get the concept of this inequality sign, okay, to make you understand the inequality sign, I'm going to show you one simple example. 4 is more than 3. So, but then if you want to express in terms of 3, what you do, you flip the inequality sign, which is 3 is less than 4. So this is the concept, guys, of the inequality. The same concept I'm applying here. I'm expressing this in terms of X. And then for the second one, I express in terms of Y, because later on we can easily plot the graph. Okay, let me erase this. Okay, remember, guys, when you're doing the linear programming question, this first step is crucial, guys. If you made anything, either one mistake, it's going to affect your marks. So make sure that these steps is correctly done. Okay, once you do this, okay, your next step, what you can do is you can draw the graph and shade the required region. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to show you the graph paper now, which I've already shaded for you, but then I'm going to explain to you how I do that. Okay, so please hold on for a moment, guys. Okay, I've already done the linear programming shaded. So this is the shaded part I got. Okay, but then I'm going to explain to you how I got this, the step-by-step process. Okay, let us start to work on the first graph, which is x plus y less than equals to 80. So this constraint, if you want to draw in the straight line graph, so what you do, you form a straight line graph of x plus y equals to 80. So x plus y equals to 80. So how I form the two coordinates? So you form the two coordinates based on the intercept, guys. So what I do, I set my x is equals to 0. So from here, I got my y is equals to 80. So I plot one point over here. So I plot one point over here. And then I set my y equals to 0. So when y equals to 0, your x also equals to 80. So as you can see over here, so this is your x equals to 80. So I mark one point over here. So once you have these two sufficient points, one in here and one over here, so what you do, you can use a long ruler. Okay, use a long ruler and then you plot the graph. So this is for the first one. Okay, this is for the first constraint. For the second constraint, what you do, the 2x plus 5y equals to 140. The same thing concept, guys. You form the graph using the intercept over here. Okay, when your y equals to 0, your x equals to 70. When your x equals to 0, your y is actually equals to 28. So you plot these 2 points and then you from here you draw the graph. Okay, using the ruler over here, guys. You draw the graph. This for the second constraint. And then for the last, y equals to x minus 10. This one also pretty similar. You form using the intercept, guys, but then you cannot form an intercept using the negative region, because in the question they mentioned that your constraint must be satisfied x more than equals to 0 and your y is more than equals to 0. So but then you cannot extrapolate. So what you do, you form 2 points when your x is equals to 10. So from here you get your y equals to 0. So this is your first point. And then you choose any point from here, guys, when your x is equals to 30. So from here you get your y is equals to 20. So you form the second point, and then from there you form the graph over here, y equals to x minus 10. Okay, my advice to you, before you proceed to shading the region, you just draw the graph of the inequality, guys. You just draw the graph, and then once you've already plotted the graph, then only you focus on determining the region. Okay, so how I got this shaded region R? Okay, I'm going to show it to you now. Okay, in the question they have mentioned that x plus y less than equals to 80, but then we have x plus y equals to 80 over here. So x plus y less than equals to 80 means your region will be below this line, guys. So what you do when you want to plot your line, don't immediately shade the whole region. Instead, what you do, you just take your pencil and then mark a small point over here on the any region, guys, any possible region. You just mark a point over here, a small point. Okay, make sure it's visible to you. So this is the for the first constraint. For the second one, go at here, 2x plus 5y equals to 140. In the question, the constraint mentioned that 2x plus 5y must be more than equals to 140. So it must be more than. So what you do, you mark on the every possible region, guys. So since it must be more than equal, so what you do, you mark here, and then you even mark over here as well. Okay. Okay, at last, y equals to x minus 10. Since your y should be less than equals to x minus 10, so what you do, you just mark at the below the line over here, guys. Okay, so what you do, you mark here. So this is the region, you mark here, and then you mark here. Okay, once you've already marked all the points, so what you do, you identify which closed region has the most number of points over here. So as you can see, in this region has the most number of points, which is 3. Whereas for the remaining region, you have 2, 2, 1, and then 2 over here. So since this occupies the 3 inequalities, what you do, you shade this region. And then don't forget to write the R over here. So this is the polygon R, guys, which is mentioned by the question. So this is the polygon R. Okay, you might be wondering what is this 2x plus 3y equals to 40, which I written over here, and the maximum point. So please hold on, I'm going to explain it in the question part C. So for the question part B, if you can form until this shaded region and then you form a polygon R, well done guys, you've already got the most marks from here itself. Okay, let us proceed to the question part C now. In the question part C, they ask us to find the maximum profit. So let us continue. So given that the profit P is equals to 1000x plus 1500y. Okay, this 1000x and 1500, you might be wondering where I got this value. Okay, let me show it to you. Okay, I literally got it from here, guys. Okay, 1000 stands for the profit gained from the PVC sofa, and 1500 profit I got from the full leather sofa over here. Okay, let me proceed to the working now. So from here, how are we going to proceed, guys? So most of the students got correct up to here, so but then they don't know how to proceed from here. Okay, from here what we're going to do is we're going to set any value for the P over here. So it is an imaginary value, guys. You might be asking me, so why you use only 20,000 over here? So how you get this 20,000? Okay, well the answer is actually you can use any value, guys. But then the value must be appropriate to the graph that we are going to plot. So for the appropriate number, I choose 20,000 over here, imaginary number. But then if you still don't get the concept, so how to get the appropriate number for here? So what you do, you can use the LCM method. Still remember the lowest common multiple. So what you do, this 1000 you times with 1500, and then the answer for that following product number. So what you do, you can set as your P value over here. So the P value doesn't matter, guys, since it's just an imaginary number. Okay, so since we set as a 20,000 over here, so 1000x plus 1500y equals to 20,000. So to simplify this equation, what we do, we divide the whole equation by 500. So from here you get 2x plus 3y is equals to 40. So once you've already formed this equation, so to plot the graph, so what we need to do, we need to form the 2 points over here. So when x equals to 0, y equals to 13.33, and then when y equals to 0, so you set this equals to 0, you get your x is equals to 20. So you get these 2 points. So now what we can do is we can plot in the graph. Okay, let me show you the graph paper now. Okay, this is the dotted line which I've mentioned earlier, guys. So you have your x-intercept is 20 and your y-intercept is 13.33, and you plot a dotted line over here. Since this is not a real line, it's just an imaginary line, so what you do, you plot a dotted line over here. Okay, so from here, how are we going to continue? So since the question asks us to find the maximum profit, so we need to find the maximum point. So how to find the maximum point? So to find the maximum point within this enclosed shaded region, you need to find the furthest point, guys. So how to find the furthest point? So what you do, so this shaded line, so we need to pull it to the polygon over here, guys. So what you do, dotted line over here, so you pull it perpendicular to the polygon over here, and you must see which point touch the furthest. So okay, let me start. So you slowly pull. Okay, you slowly pull it, and then as you can notice here, this is your furthest point. Your furthest point lies at over here, guys, where you get your x value is 45 and your y value is 35. It's exactly over here. So from here you can know that your maximum point is 45 and 35. So if the question asks to find the minimum profit, this will be your answer, guys. Okay, if let's say the question asks for the minimum point, so this point will be your answer. Okay, so from here you get your maximum point is equals to 45 and 35, but this is not the end of the answer, guys, we still need to find the maximum profit. So to find the maximum profit, what we need to do, we need to use this value and then substitute into the profit equation. Okay, let me show you the working now. So to find the max profit, what you do, 1000 you times it 45 and then plus with 1500 times it 35. So from here you get your maximum profit is equals to 97,500. So what does this mean, guys? This means that if you sell 45 PVC sofas and 35 full leather sofas, you get the maximum profit of 97,500 ringgit Malaysia. So what this is the meaning of the value, guys, 97,500 ringgit. Okay, let me show you the remaining question in the next paper. So please hold on for a moment, guys. Okay, for the question C part 2, what we need to do is we need to find the corresponding x minimum and x maximum when your y equals to 30. So why y equals to 30? Since your PVC sofas is in the y-axis. Okay, let me show you the graph now. Okay, so this is your graph paper. So can you see the y equals to 30 over here? So what you do, you take your ruler over here. Okay, and then you plot over here. And you can see that it's intersecting at the 2 points over here. One is at here and one is at here. So what you do, you extrapolate it. You interpolate it. So you interpolate this, you get two x values where you get your x minimum is equals to 40 and your x maximum is equals to 50. So this is your corresponding y value, guys, when your y is equals to 30. So okay, back to the working. Okay, let us continue. From the graph, so we can know that our x minimum is equals to 40 and our x maximum is equals to 50. Okay, let me put back the question paper for your reference. So please hold on for a moment. Okay, that is all for the step-by-step working and solution for this question. I hope you understand the full working that I've shown to you. Okay, if you like this video, please give a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon for more upcoming mathematics tutorial videos in the future. Alright guys, thank you everyone for your support and I'll see you in the next video.